And I'm in love with the money.
Hello, hello, hello. Today we are asking ourselves the question, what is your house built of? And what am I talking about? I'm talking about building your financial house. So when I was coming up with this topic, a few childhood stories came to mind, right? The story of the three little pigs, right? One built the house out of straw, one out of sticks, and the other out of bricks. And I'm thinking back, you know what? They were trying to tell us something about investing even then. And it's just to apply these principles that I'm going to share with you in our investing, right? It's just an outlook. It's my perspective. I'm just giving you an insight into how I think about investing. Some of it might apply to you or maybe not. So what is your financial house built of? So this is a framework I use for myself with my investing. When we're building, right, we first look at the foundation. Again, another memory from my childhood days when we were going to Sunday school. There was a song that we used to sing. A wise man built his house upon the rock, right? And the foolish man built his house upon the sand. And the rains came down and the floods went up. Well, guess what? The wise man's house built upon the rock, a solid foundation. That house stood firm, while the house of the foolish man, who built his house on the sand, it came tumbling down. And the same thing applies to our financial journey. So what makes up the foundation of your financial house? From my perspective, there are two things that are critically important for building the foundation of your financial house. And that is making sure that you have peace of mind. It's making sure that if something happens, your foundation isn't completely shaken and it all comes crumbling down. Your family is taken care of and you have the wherewithal to move forward and recover. And for me, these two things are having something to take care of emergencies, so having an emergency fund, and also having life insurance, right? Ensuring that if something happens, something significant happens, that you are provided for. So what is the emergency fund for? Emergency fund is there so just in case something comes up, maybe your car breaks down, your refrigerator breaks down, or there's an unexpected medical bill that you have to attend to, you have that emergency fund available, right? So, and you're not thrown off rails, your budget isn't thrown out of whack because you didn't have a little something put away to take care of those kind of emergencies. There are various rules of thumb that are out there as to how much emergency fund you need. You can decide what would make you feel comfortable, whether it's a month's income, 3 months income, 6 months income, a year's income, right? You determine that based on your lifestyle and what your needs you think would be. But ensure that you have peace of mind. And of course, that safety net that you wrap around your family, that you wrap around your future and their futures is life insurance. So if something happens to you and too soon, you know that your family is taken care of. So that's the solid foundation that you need to have to build your financial house on. An emergency fund or emergency resources that you have accessible, so just in case something happens. And then if something really big happens, life insurance is there to help your family continue. And as you go up, you found that strong foundation, you're now building your house, right? You're financially looking at other investments to put your cash to work for you, right? So you want to ensure that you have, you're building your asset base and so forth. But as you build your asset base, there's this frame, right? You're laying the bricks. but you have to have that frame to support you as you build your home, right? And this frame, again, is there to ensure that if something major happens, your building isn't knocked over. What are some of the major things that can happen in our lives that might throw off our financial trick, right? Things like critical illness, getting seriously ill, right? Or getting injured. Recovering from that could wipe us out if we are not prepared, right? We wouldn't want to have to exhaust our tax-free savings accounts that we are building in our wealth building phase of our financial journey. We wouldn't have to draw down on the RSPs or even take out loans to support us through a major event in our lives. So we have to have that frame that supports us, that provides that income protection and that lifestyle preservation should something happen. So again, life insurance, that's critical. Disability insurance. So when you're going through recovery, you have that money coming in monthly, that income substitution. So you are able to take care of the rent, the mortgage, the medical expense, and whatever else that you need to help you through those storms of life, right? Because the winds blow, like the big bad wolf, if you're using the three little pigs analogy, it comes, it blows. Will it knock your house down, right? If the rains come down and the floods come up, will your house get washed away because you don't have a strong frame to support it? Think about it. Life insurance, disability insurance, critical illness coverage. And if you have a business, also think about putting something in place to cover those contractual obligations that you might have when running a business. Because I'm a entrepreneur, right? Other entrepreneurs, they have to actively work in their business in order to earn an income. And if you can't do that because you're ill or injured for a prolonged period of time, who's going to pay the rent on your space? Who is going to pay the loans that you have for equipment or your admin staff? Will you have to let them go? Will their customers leave? Having business overhead expense coverage ensures that while you're going through that storm of life, when you are out of it, you can hit the ground running again. So strong foundation. So if the winds blow, the waters come up, you have a solid foundation standing on. Your frame supports you now and in the future as you go towards your goals. And of course, the journey that we're going through, we're building wealth. We're using the tools available to us, whether it's your TFSA, your RSPs, your cash value life insurance, registered or non-registered options. You are building wealth. And this is us. We're working in our businesses, working our careers, and we're putting away some of our income into these asset types. We're creating assets or ways to have our money work for us, right? When we're actively working in our business, that's active income, right? But we also want to create passive income options, streams for ourselves. And one of my favorites is real estate, right? That's another option, but that takes a big seed to plant in order to reap the benefits. So in between now and then, you're using the other tools to do that. So we've addressed the foundation, we've looked at the frame and the structure. Now let's look at the roof. The roof is what we create for our future selves, that shelter that we're providing for our future selves and our family. Those are our investments that we're looking to take care of us during retirement. We're looking to replace our active income. These again can take various forms. We might be doing a side hustle that we aim to build out into a business that can run on its own. We might have a real estate portfolio that will provide us with income in the future while we've built it out. Stocks, bonds, all of those assets are great assets to have, right? As we put the roof on our financial house. And again, insurance is mixed in the is there as part of our protection. And you know what I like about what I do is because I get the opportunity to share with others how insurance can change and grow with you. For example, at the foundation stage, when you don't have a lot to support you during your life, your budget might be tight, you could actually put a term policy in place for yourself. Gives you adequate coverage and cheaply, right? So it is budget friendly. So you know that the need is there and you're able to address it for yourself and your family on a dime, basically, right? But as your wealth grows, as your income increases, you are now able to use insurance as a tool to tax shelter your investing, right? So that term policy, you could keep it, convert it, or add another policy that allows you to grow cash value. For example, a universal life policy would allow you to invest inside of it tax sheltered. You could pick from a list of fund options. For example, you wanted something that could mirror the NASDAQ or the S&P 500 or the TSX 60, right? You could get that type of return inside of your policy without having to carve out a chunk of it to pay it as taxes. And slowing down your investment journey, right? Because that's part of the outside factors that impact our financial health, right? Inflation, taxes, market conditions, life's uncertainties and emergencies. You have to have those buffers in place. So your insurance product, along with other products, for example, your TFSA, your RSPs, provide in different ways tax shelter for your investing. So maximize those tools where it makes sense for you, right? And then when it comes to you've accomplished all or some of your goals, you have amassed a certain amount of wealth, your insurance again can change for you, right? You have that option to stash cash and preserve that wealth inside of a policy, right? For example, a whole life policy can provide you with an option to multiply the impact of the dollars that you put into it. Because when you buy coverage, right, you put a fraction of the total coverage that you've added to your estate when you buy that policy. And it has that warehouse of wealth that you're storing. It's protected against inflation because of the dividend or the bonus paid inside of that policy. And you have the confidence that the value will be preserved, right? So again, you have policies that will grow and change with you throughout your life cycle. Couple those with your income protection policies, your critical illness or disability, your business overhead coverage. You've created that strong framework to support you as you grow with your investing. When you get to the top and you reach the goal, you have complete income replacement. This is where we want to be when we're ready to retire. We have our assets generating income to support our lifestyle, right? Whether it be real estate, businesses, etc. We know that those are working for us and we can go enjoy our lives. We also wanted to protect that wealth that we're creating. Because why did we do it in the first place, right? We did it for our kids. We did it to create a legacy. And what can really eat away at that legacy is taxes. So we want to ensure that we have tax efficient strategies taking care of our financial house, right? So we're talking about wealth transfer. We're talking about legacy, tax efficient legacy. And this again, people, life insurance, the payout is tax free. Whether it's owned by an individual or a corporate, you have a portion for a corporate that is paid out tax free, right? So talk about creating perpetual or generational wealth. Key tool to have in your toolbox is using your life insurance options and your income protection coverages to ensure that your financial house is strong and stable. So now we're coming to the fun part, right? What is inside our homes. This part I definitely enjoy. I spend a lot of time looking at how I can decorate and create nice features inside a home, right? So the fun part is the decor. It's our dreams, it's our hopes, right? It's experiences that we have. We want to ensure that we might have a dream when we start out of buying a family home, right? We might have a dream of starting a business, of traveling the world. If we build our financial houses properly, we can ensure that we can live these dreams with the people who are important to us. We can see our kids go to college and come out without student loans, right? We can travel because we've created passive income streams to support us during that time. We've created pools of wealth inside of our insurance policies that we can leverage and access cash without having to go through income verification, credit checks, and all of that stuff, right? We've created those resources for ourselves by putting the tools that we have available to us to work, right? So the decor, this is the fun stuff. This is the living that we want, the fun with family, the lifestyle that we want, travel, experiences without the worry of the what ifs. What if I pass suddenly? Will my family survive? What if I get ill? Will I be able to take care of myself and my family? Will I be able to manage those expenses without going into debt? What if something were to happen to me? Will my business continue? Do I have business overhead coverage? How will I transfer all this that I've worked hard to create to my loved ones without burdening them with a whopping tax bill, right? So again, think about how you build your financial house. What are you building it with? Are you building it with straws, sticks, or bricks? What is your foundation? What is the frame that you're using to support you and your family as you build your financial house? I love this topic because I'm dreaming right now, right? I'm just thinking about how I can help myself, how I can help you build your financial house, I can help you secure your future, right? So the foundation, your emergency fund. Have an emergency fund. It's up to you what it looks like. It could be a stash of cash that you have somewhere in a bank account or in a TFSA account earning while it's accessible, plus your life insurance, just in case something unfortunate happens, unforeseen happens too soon, right? Your framework, ensure that if the winds of life blows at you and those unfortunate situations happen, your house is not, you don't have to tear it down just to survive, right? Your roof, we are making our money work for us. We're building our passive income streams, whether it be buying assets, whether it be real assets like real estate, stocks, bonds, etc. We are buying assets that create more wealth for us so that we can really live our lives the way we want. We're attaining our personal goals. We're living those experiences. We have time for our family, friends, and loved ones, right? And we have the peace of mind that we've put the strategies in place to ensure that if something happens, we are taken care of. If something happens, they are taken care of. So I want to ask you, what is your financial house built off? Do you have a right foundation? Do you have a plan to help you build and get towards your goal? Are you just standing by the sidelines, looking at the lot of land that's your life and not really taking charge of what your house will look like? So I hope this helped. I hope you have an idea of what you're building for yourself, the financial future you're creating, and how you can get there. Look out for those terms of life, the impact of inflation, taxes, market conditions, life's unforeseen events, emergencies. Have plans and contingent strategies in place to protect you and your family. If you haven't done this, if you haven't thought about it, if you're waiting on the sidelines, now is the time to start looking at building your financial house. And if you need help figuring it out, I'm here. Just give me a call, shoot me an email, and we can set up a time to chat, right? We want to be the wise man who built his house upon the rock, not the foolish man who built his house upon the. So look at your finances. Don't cover your eyes. Be proactive. Plan, strategize, and I'm here to help. Thanks for listening.